Yo, what's good? It's your boy Dot from Dot Me Now Coaching and Entertainment. For coaching, my links are down below. Spiritual readings down below. Starseed readings down below. Everything's down below. Let's get into this video, man. So this y'all YouTube, obviously you guys are seeing this video. So number one, drop a like, and then number two, for the people on Patreon, I will be uploading another video that's like specifically like a full moon message from the Time Council, as well as like updating the ritual and certain things you guys could do to like really enhance it. Because like I already dropped that one, like I gave certain mantras and stuff like that you guys could say to like access all parts of yourself. I'm gonna be dropping more very soon for I'm gonna have a ritual slash meditation slash mantra thing slash prayer, whatever the heck. I'm gonna have one for spirit guides and one for clearing out like all the BS inside of your life. So you know what I'm saying? We going crazy with the little manifestation ritual Jones. You know what I'm saying? All different kinds of ways to do all different kinds of things. So with that being said, let's get into this video about time slips and like what and how to prepare for the full moon and what's to come a little bit after, because June is gonna be lit as shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like part of the ritual that we do in Patreon is gonna be tapping into that June energy, because nigga, you know that time happens all at once. We could take that energy right the fuck now. June's gonna be lit as shit. But we already lit as fuck right now. But when it comes to the time slips, you want to be careful. Because with time slips, right? A time slip is pretty much when you slip into a different time. You slip into a different timeline. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you watch the show Loki, like he was actually like slipping through time at one point. Like, he would just appear in different timelines and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And my guys were telling me about they told me about this a while ago. For the ones on Patreon, you guys been know I've been talking about how I'm gonna talk about time slips. Actually, I think I mentioned it inside the last video, inside the last time capsule video that YouTube saw also. But drop a like, by the way, if you ain't like the video. But on this one right now, drop a like if you ain't like it. But yeah. With that being said, like I was like, word. They're like, yo, time slips are real, and they're gonna look like this and da 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 da. A time slip, like I said, is when you slip into a different timeline, right? Now, you don't like always just fully slip into that timeline like how the fuck he did on Loki, but the way it could happen is in various different ways. So I was actually experiencing that shit, right? And one way was the fact that like it's like I would have realities play out inside my mind, but they wouldn't actually happen physically. Like I'll be talking to somebody inside my head, but I'm not actually doing it in real life. But that's a real reality though, and it actually happened the other day with one of my homies. Right, like in my head, it's like I was texting her. Like it was so weird because I was just working on a PowerPoint, and then it's like in my mind, I was like, it's like I was just texting her type shit, right? And it felt like I actually did text her. And then at some point, she texted me and she was like, yo, I could have swore I was texting you earlier, but the text that I thought I sent actually never sent and stuff like that. And I was like, time slip. You know what I'm saying? But it don't gotta just be that. Like it could be simple stuff like oftentimes you don't even know where you're slipping into a timeline. Like sometimes some people literally like dead ass slip and they experience a whole fucking thing. Like it's actually like I actually have a book about time travel and stuff like that. And they talk about how people have reported times where they just been chilling type shit. And then out of nowhere they're fully immersed inside of a certain time zone. And then they come back eventually. But with that being said, right? With this time slip shit, a lot of times this is gonna happen by like you having certain thoughts or certain desires, right? Or certain people pop inside of your mind, or you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be like certain shit like that, which is why we talked about staying like really like grounded in who you want to be type shit and knowing who you want to become. Because if you don't, with all these different timelines coming at you at once, you might slip into one and have the thoughts and emotions of one of the timelines that isn't fully aligned with your true self type shit. And if you fully go with that timeline, you will fully manifest that timeline and slip into that timeline. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, but another way it popped up, like I actually had one of the ones where it's like I was dead ass like almost fully in it. Like and it happened like 30 minutes before this video. I was meditating, right? Yeah, and at some point I was starting to get like inside that trance state which made me get like I started like having like imagery just pop up, and there was a guy talking to me, right? And it was about some bullshit too. I ain't gonna lie. Then I peeped it, right? And I'm like, fuck. I just slipped. I just slipped into some weird ass reality. Like I swear to God, it was so weird, bro. Like it was so weird. This nigga was so weird, bro. But and I could see him and know like he was doing weird shit. That's why I'm like this nigga. This shit was weird. But I was like, fuck, time some shit. So I kind of got out of that, right? I kind of like dismissed that shit. But I started getting loopy again. But this time it was a spirit guy talking to me, and she was talking about like she's like you might be drawn to read Matthew 32 at this time, and I was like, huh? And I was gonna let that shit slip by, but I actually opened my eyes and I looked up Matthew 30. Like when I opened my eyes, it was actually 10:30. I took a screenshot of this shit. Hold up, I'm not playing no games, bro. I'm not playing. I took a screenshot of this shit because it was 10:33 when I opened my fucking eyes, bro. Look, today's April 20th, bro. That shit, it was 10:33 when that shit happened. I'm like, she told me to read Matthew 32 at 10:33. That shit must be important. So I look it up, right? Matthew 10:32 through 10:33 pops up. I'm like, whoa, now that's a little bit too much, you know what I'm saying? So I read that shit. And I needed that shit for that time. I liked that shit. Then I read the whole entire thing, which is like Matthew 10:32 through 10. Hold up. 10 no, it's Matthew 10:32 through 10:39. That's the whole entire thing, right? That I ended up reading at the end, right? When I read that shit, I'm like, hold the fuck up, bro. So I asked for travel to the end of time, right? I'm actually talking about that. Let's have a genie talk. Patreon gonna see that shit like a week before YouTube, but it's all good. YouTube, y'all gonna see that shit at some point too. I've experienced a lot of shit like Paradox Paradise. Well, no, Paradox Palace. You know what I'm saying? That shit was trippy as fuck last night. You know what I'm saying? Along with these fucking like frog wars of frogs trying to destroy time and shit. My the Instagram story, you heard a little bit about it, but I'm gonna talk a lot about those on Patreon specifically. But the end of time shit, I'll show that to YouTube. But I'm mentioning that because the Matthew shit dealt with the end of time shit. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. I don't even read the Bible. I don't even know the Bible scriptures, bro. I don't even know what the fuck Matthew is about. I don't even know who Matthew is fully. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. But that's the time slip shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Be aware though, cause you don't want to have shit pop up. Then you end up doing some bullshit. You manifest a dumbass timeline for yourself, thinking it was some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about what some of y'all might be experiencing, right? So a real big thing is the shedding of old ways, and that's because the solar eclipse activated our true self inside of ourselves. So because of it, we gotta shed our old ways. Now some shit, like you might like let's say you've been doing bullshit, right? And you're like, yo, I'm still doing that bullshit. I bet when you do the bullshit though, it's like it feels worse and worse every time you do that bullshit. Like, yeah, you shedding that shit more and more, you know? Like that's just gonna happen, you know, because our true self is coming through more. You could feel like you really want to do something new. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I want to do something new. And some of you guys may feel uninspired, and that's because right now your life kind of lacks authenticity. Like the shit inside your life may not be fully aligned with your true self, or you're just trying to find yourself right now. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be alone right now, that's a thing too, because like some niggas might just want to be inside their own little space, trying to find themselves, and then to get the energy and stuff like that, they'll fully be inspired. And then yeah, because you might also be tired. You know what I'm saying? You could also be energetic. You know, like with me, it's been a mix of both. Like, especially because it's not just solar eclipse shit. Like, with all this fucking astral traveling I've been doing and stuff like that, it's been that shit do be having me tired. But like, I've also been learning to adjust to the frequencies as I as I make my body more accustomed to feeding off of higher energies and not denser energies, like physical food and stuff like that, it becomes a bit easier and stuff like that. So like some days I'm like, whoa, like I'll do a lot of astral traveling and just come back like nigga, yeah, what's good, and I just won't eat that day type shit. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like eating. Like eating just feels wrong. But if I do eat, I'll fall asleep type shit. Like I'm so dead because I just happened before when I've just ate just to eat on like some want to taste some shit, and I just fell asleep because the food put me in them. What's that shit called? The itis. That's what niggas call that shit. You know what I'm saying? But Yeah, but some of you guys may be super happy right now and energetic, especially if you're already used to feeling high frequencies and stuff like that. You probably feeling this shit like, yo, this shit is great, nigga. I'm doing all this shit, doing all this new shit. And the thing is, when it comes to the time skip shit, right? It's not fully about shit happening on the outside fast. A time skip is a point of time where you can evolve very fast. You evolving very fast does not always have to look like you doing shit in the outside world. Like it definitely can, but it's more about how you change on the inside and the person that you become. So you could become a whole new person, right? Like you know how niggas be like changing over a year. Like, oh, he became a new person over that last year. You gonna become a new person over this next month, over these next few months. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And I've been seeing it with my own life, and it's been honestly kind of wild, bro. But it's weird because even though it's like a time skip, and I do feel like I'm evolving pretty fast, it also is making sense. It's weird. It's like you guys might be evolving really fast and don't even fully know that shit on the low. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's kind of like I swear to God, like when I look back on certain shit, I'm like, damn, whoa. But it's still like it kind of makes sense. It kind of feel like it was natural. Like, yeah, I do see like holy shit, that was a lot, but it's still like it's weird, bro. It's really weird. So if you some of you guys may feel like you guys haven't been evolving, but you guys probably have been changing on the inside a lot. Especially like the people who've been like more tired and like uninspired and just to themselves and just more like on like some apathy shit. That's not a bad thing. Like you're gonna feel more and more of that because it's your true self trying to pop through. But right now it's trying to pop through when you have shit inside your life that's not fully aligned with your true self. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you have nothing inside, like if you had nothing inside your life ever, right, that reflected a desire that your true self had, right? What would happen is that like when your true self wants to pop through, it has nothing to do at this point. It's like, damn, what do I do? Because before you was doing all that bull, it don't gotta always be bullshit. It's just shit that wasn't fully on your true self. It's like you had all these other activities, right, that you could have did, but none of them was aligned. None of them was aligned with your true self. So now it's like it's trying to pop through, and you're like, damn, what the fuck do I do? Type shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is when you start feeling like, oh, life is a bit mucky. But that's you like slowing down, trying to find out what you really want to do, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So those feelings aren't actually bad. You got to find the source of those feelings, right? You gotta tap into those and be like, damn, why am I feeling this way? Oh, because I lack an outlet. I lack an outlet of soul expression. Okay, how can I express my soul more? You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, right, as this moon builds up to the full moon on the 24th, you know, like I'm gonna have a moon message on the Patreon. Like it's like a big moon message, but like for right now on a basic level, right? We had the waxing moon in Cancer, like I said. That's like a buildup of emotion, right? April 24th is going to be the full moon in Scorpio. You're going to have like these like deep desires and impulses at it's going to be heightened. You know what I'm saying? And these deep desires and impulses are supposed to be geared towards, like what your true self wants to do type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you haven't been doing shit that's aligned with your true self, you're gonna feel that shit more and more and more and more as the days go on. It's like life will be forcing you to act more from your true self. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, right? That's what it's all about. And if you haven't been fully changing like that yet, that's cool because you gotta understand a couple of things, right? It's still Mercury retrograde. That shit don't end until April 25th. But when it does end in April, like right now, it's in Aries, right? So you're gonna have like old ideas and mindsets pop up that may not have been aligned with your true self, but it's helped you to release that shit and to get more aligned with your true self. So like when April 25th happens and beyond, right? Once Mercury starts going direct again, you may notice that it's like you're thinking new thoughts or you just could communicate your true self better and stuff like that. Because right now it's supposed to be a bit hazy if it felt hazy. It's trying to help you find your connection and let go of all the things that have been blocking your connection. You know what I'm saying? So also with the full moon shit, coming up, that's why it's gonna be time to change up the ritual a bit. Cause I already explained what we should have been doing for the whole time skip ritual shit on Patreon and stuff like that. Now it's time to change it up. So Patreon, go over there to go see how we changing that shit up. But yeah. Also understand that right now, right, you have Venus and Aries, right? That's making you really value your true self. So when you value your true self, right, you're like, yo, I want to really get in tune with myself right now, right? But it doesn't mean that you're gonna always be in tune with your true self. You know what I'm saying? Like part of you valuing your true self is about saying this. Damn, I really care about getting in tune with my true self. So what the fuck is blocking me? And then get rid of those blocks, like I said before. And then also with Mars is in Pisces, taking action towards releasing and stuff like that. Taking action on the unconscious mind and releasing. You know, but April 30th is gonna be in Aries, so that's gonna be taking action more upon your true self and stuff like that. So you'll have even more because like there's, I know for a fact that some of you guys had to have experienced some kind of change. There's just no fucking way. You know what I'm saying that you haven't. You know what I'm saying unless you just have like if you haven't been trying to change, then I could understand that. But if you have been actively trying to change, and you've been actively doing shit, you've experienced something that's new. Even if it's just you getting sick, some shit happened. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, right, it could just be, it could be a new job promotion or just some new ideas that you haven't really had before or new inspirations or some shit like that. Some like you've been shit has been picking up for you in some kind of way, my nigga. You know that shit. So with that being said, right, it's gonna pick up even more when Mars goes into Aries type shit. You see? You see? April 30th. So be aware of that. And then May 1st is the last quarter in Aquarius. So that's going to be about like right now you have Uranus, right, which rules Aquarius. Uranus is in Taurus, so it's reforming our value, it's reforming our values, right? It's been there for a while. So you know what I'm saying? We've been changing up our values for a grip, trying to align them with our true selves for a while. So with that being said, right, all the values that did not align, you're going to be releasing that over May 1st until the full moon. I mean, until the new moon on May 8th, which is going to be in Taurus, new moon in Taurus, new values type shit that's in line with the true self. While Mars is also in Aries, taking action on your true self. Oh, and also April 29th, Venus will be going inside Taurus, so valuing your values a lot. Now, depending on what gets valued a lot is gonna really depend on your birth chart. You know what I'm saying? But I do birth chart readings also if you guys want to like book that shit. But yeah. With all that being said, bro, you want to really tap in with your true self and find out how you want to change, especially when it comes to like the values that you have and what certain values got to be released. You know what I'm saying? And what values need to be input it into your life and how you could do things and take more action upon things that align with your true self. If you consider all that shit, you're gonna be good. So with that being said, I love you all. I'ma catch you. It's been your boy Dot. All my links are below. Patreon will get a little bit more exclusive content, so go to that down below. Peace.